dear students. In the previous class we learned about classification, what is the need of classification, how are things classified, or what is the basis of classification. Today we are going to learn more about materials. What are materials and how are materials used. Now what are materials? Materials are the matter of which something is made, or materials are the matters of which an object is made. Now if you see this pen, it is made up of plastic. Okay. If you see my spectacles, it is made up of glass. Okay. If you see my bangles, these are made up of gold. These bangles are made up of glass. Like that, if you see different objects around you, all the objects are made up of something. So that something with which an object is made is called materials. Okay. Now what are the materials usually we use at home? I told you we use plastic, we use wood, iron, gold, silver, steel. All these things are used for making things or objects. So all these things are called materials. Now here materials are of two types, natural and man-made materials. Natural materials are the materials which we get directly from the nature. Like wood we get from the nature, water we get from nature, okay, air we get from nature, and if you see soil, it is available in the nature. Coal we get from the nature. So all these things are, most of the metals we get from the nature. Gold, silver, all directly in the pure form we get from the nature. So they are called natural materials. Now there are materials which are made by human beings. They are called man-made materials, okay, or artificial materials. Now glass, this plastic, okay, steel, all these things are made by human beings. So such materials are called man-made materials. Now when you think about all the objects around you, we come to know that there are certain things or there are some characteristics of materials around you, or you can say that there are some things or facts that you should know about the material. The first fact is that same object can be made up of different things. A very simple example I'll show you. You see here I have bangles, here also I have bangles. Both are bangles, but this is made up of glass and this is made up of gold. So same things, they are things, same things, so it is called bangles. Similarly, at your home, plates in which you take food, there will be steel plate, plastic plate, glass plate, china clay plate, melamine plates, like that. All different types of materials are there with which we make plates. So same object is made up of different things. If you see table, there may be plastic tables, wooden table will be there, iron table will be there. So all these are materials. Different materials are used to make same object. Second thing, with same object you can make different material. Again, with gold, this bangles are made, ring is made, ear studs are made, chain is made, so many other things are made. Okay. Similarly, with plastic, pen is made, chairs are made, tables are made, plates are made, so many things are made with plastic. So same materials are made with, same objects are made with different materials, or you can say that same objects are made with different materials. Okay. So the next fact is that many objects are made up of combination of things. Some of the things, if you see this pen, it is not only made up of plastic. It is made up of plastic. Inside there is a sponge and then we pour ink in it. So three things minimum it is used. Okay. Similarly, you see this spectacle, here it is glass, here we have some plastics, and here it is of metal. Okay, so three things are there. Simple thing at home, mommy prepares milk for you, milk, sugar, and any drinking chocolate or anything they pour inside. Maybe badam, powdered badam they keep, something they pour. Tea when they prepare at home, tea leaves, water, milk, sugar, all these things are added in that. So sometimes an object will be made up of so many things. Okay, when vegetable is made at home, it is an object. Okay, they keep vegetable, they keep oil, they keep all spices, so many things are added. Okay, so three things that we learned about materials are that some same objects can be made up of different materials, and with same material we can make different objects, and then many objects are made up of many more or combination of many materials. We learned about materials. Now we are going to learn more, that is some of the properties of different materials, or how do we separate things or sort out things on the basis of these properties. Okay, which all properties do we consider to separate the things or to sort out the things? The first property is, when you look at it, how does it appear? So how does it look like? The appearance is the first property. See, some of the things, they shine. When you look at it, it shines. Some of them, they don't shine. It looks little dull. Okay, so the things which which gives shining appearance are called lustrous. Lustrous means which gives a shining appearance. What is the word? Lustrous. Lustrous. Lustrous materials. Which things do usually shine? See, if you go to the kitchen, you can see if mummy has washed all the vessels and kept, and you can see those vessels shining. So usually most of the metals, they shine, like even metals and alloys. Alloys means what? Two or three metals together, they combine. Steel is an alloy. Okay, so two or more metals, when they combine and make, those things also gives you shining appearance. And then the most shining object is diamond. Okay, so some of the things will look very shiny, so that is one quality which you use, or one property which you use to sort out things. So it's opposite. Things which luster, which has the shiny surface, and which do not have. So which do not have such things, if you take a paper, newspaper, you take, does it shine? No. And then wood, chalk, plastic, all these things, they don't shine. Okay, so they are called non-lustrous or dull substances. So we separate things like shiny substances and dull substances, or lustrous substances and non-lustrous substances. The second property which we use for separation or sorting out thing is hardness or softness. When you touch it, something, when you touch something and see, you see, if I touch this cloth, it is a cotton cloth, it is very soft. Okay, now, but if I touch this wall, I mean this board, is it soft? It is hard. This can be molded very easily. I can fold it, I can crush it. Okay, so the things which can be easily compressed, or you can cut it into pieces, or you can bend it easily, such things are called soft materials. Soft materials are very, means when you touch it, you feel comfortable. Whereas hard materials means when you touch, you feel that it is difficult to press it or compress it. You cannot bend it easily. You cannot cut it easily. Such things are called hard substances. So which all things are hard? If you have a steel scale, can you bend it easily? Can you break it easily? No. Or a wooden scale also, it is not easy. If it is a good wood, it won't be easy to cut it. Stone, you cannot cut it into pieces very easily. Such things, bricks, glasses and all, they are hard. By touching, you feel they are hard. Okay, and you need a hammer or something to break them. Simply you cannot. Whereas if you take some cotton in your hand, just you can pull them and separate them. Okay, you take a sponge. You know what is a sponge? Okay, which absorbs lots of water. It has got so many holes inside. Such things, wool, butter. If you touch, I'm not talking about the Amul butter which you get in boxes. They keep it in the freezer and make it hard. But if you keep it outside, real butter is very soft. Okay, and then wax, clay, it is soft. That is why we can with clay you can make any shape. Okay, similarly the duff which you use for making chapatis and all, even the flour that you use, these are all soft substances. So two properties are appearance and hardness and softness. Then there are so many properties which we use for um, separating or sorting out these things. So which are the two properties just we learn? Appearance. In appearance the two different types are lustrous and non-lustrous, and hard and soft substances. Now another property of material for separation of them is density. Okay, here especially the density in comparison with water. Okay, whether they go down to the water or they stay on top of the water. That is the way we compare. Okay, now you see here I have taken one clip, which butterfly clip which you gave. I kept it in water. Is it sinking or floating? It is sinking. When it will sink, if the weight or the density of that material is more than water, it will go down. I'll show you a few more things which will go down. Let us see here. See, I took a chalk. It has gone. This is a coin. That also, it is going down. Now, this is a metallic part, a cooker's whistle. If you keep, it is very heavy, so it has gone down. All these things are heavier than water. If they are heavier than water, that means its density is more than water. So they go down. That means they sink in water. So that is one property which we use for checking the materials or for separating the material, whether they sink in water or float in water. Now let us see some more things. I took another glass of water. This is a small stick. When I keep, it is floating in water. I don't have plain glasses. You can try at home. Now see, this is again something made up of plastic. So I kept it here. It is little, see, it is also floating. Okay. Now you see, this bottle, it looks very big, but when I keep, it is not going down to the water, it is floating. The glass is small, so it is standing like that. Now let us see the cap of the pen. If I take, you see here, if I pour it, it stay in the top. So you can try at home with different materials, but be careful. Useful things don't keep in the, means if it is kept in water and if it gets spoiled, I will not be responsible. So talk with your parents and then try which all materials are sinking in water and which all materials float in water. So this is another property which is called density, and here density we compare with water. Now what is density? Density is the mass per unit volume. That means if you take one unit, 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter breadth and 1 centimeter thickness of a substance, how much matter is there inside? That is called density. So what is density? Density is the mass per unit volume. Okay. Now all the substances may not float and all the substances may not sink. Some substance have the ability to float. So that ability or that property of a material to float on the surface of the earth is called, surface of water is called flotation. So we learned about three properties which help us to separate the materials. There are few more properties which we will learn in the next class. That's all for today. Thank you.